Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Ready.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Passions Podcast Post Show. Woo woo.
Woo, 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 woo.
We're remote this week, so we're now on the couch. But that's
We're
okay.
not.
That's
We're on
okay.
the couch in spirit. I'm
Are
always
you
on the couch
or
in spirit.
Are you?
I'm in my bed.
Are you in
I'm
bed?
I'm in my bed in my pajamas.
Good for you. I'm not in my pajamas, but I'm in close enough to pajamas. I'm in a hoodie and sweatpants. So today, I'm going to read an email that we got from our dear friend, Zach.
Yes.
It's titled A Sit Down with Shawise. You want me to just read it?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, ladies, before we get to Shawise, I wanted to give you a little background on Andrea Evans, Rebecca. She got her start on soaps in the late 80s on The Young and the Restless. She played a character very similar to Teresa, a poor girl in love with a wealthy heir. The difference was that the heir wasn't really in love with her and cheated on her with a model on their wedding day. Ooh. She responded by losing her mind and shooting him 3 times, at which point she left the show and her character disappeared for 30 years before being brought back with someone new in the role. Sorry, I'm going to say that again. No, I'm not. Incidentally, the character shot her ex-husband again. In any case, Evans reappeared as Tawny Moore on The Bold and the Beautiful, a character very similar to Rebecca. She was legitimately a trailer trash gold digger who tried to marry her daughter off to the wealthy heir to increase her own position. Rebecca is basically the Tawny character kicked up a few notches and with money and abundance of racism. So basically, Andrea Evans was perfect for this role. Now on to the conversation with Galen Gehring and Mackenzie Westmore.
All right. I love it.
Can you hear me okay? I feel like
I can hear you.
Audio is like, okay.
I can hear you fine.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
That's interesting information.
Yeah.
So she's been prepping for this role her entire life.
Yeah, she was built to play Rebecca.
Yeah, she was a great Rebecca.
So let's Rebecca sucks, but she does a great job at her.
She's so good to hate.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
So good.
Love to hate her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Should we talk about this interview?
Yeah, let's get into this interview. It's like a chat. So we have all these people asking questions of our Shawise.
Yeah. So Girly Girl 4 asks, when you were growing up, did you want to be an actor?
Mackenzie says, yes. That's all she says. Galen says, I didn't really know what it was. I wanted to be a normal fireman stuff. What? I wanted to be normal fireman stuff. Space stuff. I wanted to fly in the space shuttle. It was first going up. Oh, it was first. Oh, when he was little, that was the beginning of space travel. Got it.
It was the beginning of space.
Mackenzie says, I also wanted to be an astronaut.
All right. And then Dancing Queen 52 asks, did your mothers ever watch soap opera? Dancing Queen 52 asks, did your mothers ever watch soap operas as you were growing up?
Mackenzie says, my mom watched General Hospital. In fact, she was just telling me today that when I was a baby and we were all in New York at the time, my dad was filming a movie. We were talking down we were walking down the street listening to General Hospital on the radio because she could not miss the Luke and Laura story. I didn't know you could listen to soap operas on the radio.
Yeah. The Luke and Laura story. I didn't watch Gilmore Girls, but there was Luke and Lorelai, right?
Yeah, there was Luke and Lorelai.
I wonder if they got the same names.
I wonder if they got that from there.
Yeah.
Galen says, I think she watched Judge Wapner. Editor's note, that's a reference to the People's Court. Oh,
which is funny because there was a reference to the People's Court in this week's
episodes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dancing Queen 52 says, did you ever think you would be in a soap opera?
Mackenzie says, I always hoped. And Galen says, nope.
Nope.
No, I did not.
No, period. Faith 16 guest says, in just one word, how would you two describe each other?
Galen says, she's awesome. Mackenzie says, I can't think of a better word than that. Awesome. I can't pick just one. There are so many good words to use.
Awesome. You guys are just awesome.
I think that's a thing with like the UK says about Americans that we overuse the word awesome.
Yeah. I think
Which
you
is
are
fair.
correct.
I
Yeah.
think that's a fair assessment.
I feel like we say awesome and amazing a lot. I definitely say
Mhm.
I say amazing a lot. I don't think
Yeah.
I say awesome as much, but I definitely say that's amazing.
Well, and by overusing these words in particular, you are making them less than what they are. If something
Yeah.
is awesome, full of awe, you know.
Yeah. And I say that's amazing to people when like they have correct change, you know, like
Right. It's like this is acceptable. This is fine. No, this is amazing.
this is amazing. Let's see. Galen, sorry. I missed
Galen
something.
girl.
Yeah, there it is. Galen girl says, in real life, would you let your family influence who you marry or fall in love with?
Mackenzie says, for me, it's almost a little hard not to, just because I'm so close to my family, and it just has to be where everyone gets along because I absolutely adore my parents. Galen says, yeah, similar response. My parents are pretty easygoing, so if they didn't like someone there, Galen says, yeah, similar response. My parents are pretty easygoing, so if they didn't like someone, there would be a pretty valid reason, so I'd have to look into it. In the end, it would be my decision, but luckily enough, that's never happened to me. They've always appreciated my choices.
Oh. Nikki 12 says, what's a typical day for you on the set of Passions?
Mackenzie says, lots of fun. Galen says, we laugh a lot. We work hard. Mackenzie says, a little too much sometimes. And Galen says, yes, sometimes we get carried away, get into trouble sometimes.
Annabelle guess, Mac and Galen, is or was there ever a time when you just felt like giving everything up in your career? And if so, how did you handle it?
Mackenzie. Yeah, there was. I was getting no on so many auditions. It gets hard. It's really hard to be told no after no after no after no, and that you're not appropriate for this part for one reason or another. Usually a reason that you can't even change. It can be something as simple as height. Sometimes I wanted to throw in the towel. The reason I didn't was because in the back of my heart, there was just, no pun intended, a passion for acting that I couldn't let go of.
Aw, Galen says, it's a hard business. I think that unlike most businesses, people personally attach themselves to the kind of feedback they get. There's just so much rejection. I was certainly more the exception than the rule. This was my first audition, and I actually got it when I was in college. Oh my God, a charmed life, this one. A charmed life. Yo, because he hasn't not been on a soap opera since 1999.
Holy shit. He's just been working. He's been a workhorse.
That's
These
crazy.
soap opera hours are crazy. Wow.
That's crazy. Okay, good for him though.
Charmed face, charmed life, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when you are a man and you look like that, because I think I know we've talked about this before, but I firmly believe that women just are more attractive than men in general. And then that really attract, so like you can find a lot of really attractive women, but like really attractive men aren't as easy to come by. I think
women spend a lot more time, money, and effort in making themselves attractive. Like that's true. That, I mean, the world has told us that we have to do that, and so we do, you know. And yeah, I agree with you there. I agree with you.
Yeah. Wow, he was in college. Good for him. This next person, TNA 2497. I really enjoy the show. Is there any particular part of the show that you have enjoyed doing?
Mackenzie, we've had so many great moments and characters. I've always loved the first tango. Aw, the first tango. It didn't end. That tango went on and on.
Forever. Galen says, I like the stuff in Paris. That was fun. The airplane. There has been a lot of stuff.
Mackenzie says, all our adventures.
All our adventures are great, and we love taping them, says Galen.
Willie guessed, is dancing a hobby of yours, both of you, or did you learn the dance for the show?
Mackenzie says, I've been training in dance since I was little, in ballet, tap, jazz, hip hop. I never danced anything like the tango though, so I did have to learn that for the show.
Galen says, I like dancing. It's fun to go out dancing, but the tango, that was something we learned.
Dancing Queen 52, which was easier to learn, the tango or the paso doble? And the thing is, they didn't fucking do the paso doble.
Well, and which is clear because Galen says the paso doble. and Mackenzie says yes, because there really wasn't much dancing to that. She said I enjoyed the tango more though.
Yeah, like I'm glad I didn't see it until I saw it. But yeah, like they didn't dance a paso doble.
Yeah, they did like, I don't know, a 4 count and then they were done.
Yeah, they made out. They made out. Mackenzie, Tony 1977 says, Mackenzie, what is it like to do the love scenes with Galen? Do you get nervous? And Mackenzie says, very.
Wouldn't you though? Wouldn't you? I would.
Looks like her, I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, that's true. If I looked like that, maybe I wouldn't.
Yeah. Baby Gal 228. What is your daily routine and how do you memorize your scripts so quickly?
Mackenzie says, I actually find that the only way I can learn my lines now is on a Stairmaster. I don't know why. It must be because I'm getting enough oxygen. My blood's pumping and it opens up my mind. That's weird and interesting, I guess.
I've actually heard that the best way to memorize is if you're working out at the same time. I used to go to the gym in grad school and I would take music with me and would memorize like foreign language stuff or memorize music while I was on the elliptical. Because it helped me memorize things faster because that's like the one thing that I really struggle with when it comes to preparing music is like it just takes me a longer time to memorize things. So I really have to like put a lot of effort into it.
Oh, well, there you go.
It makes sense to me.
You heard it here first, folks. Lord Jesus, I'm struggling. Okay. Galen Gearing. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with me? Galen says Godfrey says, it varies for me. Some things are easier than others, and some days are easier than others. Nurse guest, does it bother you that the show moves so slow on TV plot-wise?
Mackenzie says, I think there are always twists and turns along the way to keep things interesting.
Okay. Vanessa 123, Mackenzie, just wanted to know, how do you keep yourself so beautiful?
Oh, Mackenzie says, how sweet. Thank you. I'm a fanatic about good nutrition and exercise and just keeping a positive outlook on life and prayer.
And a prayer.
So you gotta say a prayer for them looks.
Gotta pray. This ain't nothing but Jesus.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. She takes care of herself.
Yeah.
You know, body, mind, and spirit, right?
Yeah. Georgette Guest says, what do you like most about the characters that you play?
Galen says, my character's great. I get to be the hero. Always save people. Big adventure. Great love story. A lot of dimension.
Nice. Mackenzie says, I love getting to play pretty much like the princess and love all the clothes and jewelry and who I get to play too.
Lee Guest says, you both have such unique names. How did you guys get named Mackenzie and Galen?
Mackenzie says, my name came from everybody in my family's name starts with an M, even the cat, Mickey. My dad had also been working with Mackenzie Phillips and Mackenzie Austin, and the name just kept coming up and it happened to be an M. So, an editor's note, which I believe is Zach, her father, Michael Westmore, a legendary Hollywood special effects makeup artist. That's what Zach is telling us, which I actually learned recently because she posted some stuff about her family on Twitter. She posted like this cool video and it's really cool. Anyway, Galen says, I was named after a famous doctor / philosopher from BC, which is I think British Columbia.
Or yeah, I guess. I don't know. Is he Canadian?
BC? I don't know, but that BC, anytime I see BC as a place, I don't
think we're talking BCAD, right?
Right. From BC somewhere. Oh, maybe it is. I don't know. I didn't finish the sentence. So once I finished the sentence, I was like, oh, maybe it is. So I think it is like the BC time period, I guess. But I discovered when I went to get a passport, my birth certificate just said boy. So my parents didn't even have a name for me, just boy. So every time I try to get a new passport, it's who's this boy guy. Wait, what?
Oh his legal name is Boy.
Boy? Oh my God. That's crazy.
I love
one of my cousins, his daughter, they never gave her a last name. Her first name is Patient. Oh, I probably shouldn't say what her name is, but she has a first name and a middle name, but she doesn't have a last name. They never chose whose last name she should get. So she has a first name and middle name and no last name. So her middle name is her last name.
Wow, that's interesting.
Isn't it?
Wow.
I know. It's like at that point, just hyphenate.
Yeah. I
But
guess there was
whatever.
they couldn't decide.
Yeah, but that's hilarious. Boy.
Boy. I've
uh,
lost my spot. I laughed so hard I
me
lost my
too.
spot. Oh, I found it.
Okay.
Clara TX guest says, "Why do you think Sheridan and Luis have become so popular?"
Galen says, I think they gave these characters a chance to do some different stuff. I'm sorry. Mackenzie says, I think that everybody loves the story. It is like the princess and the knight, the wealthy girl and the guy from the wrong side of the tracks.
Passions fanatic guest. What do you think will finally bring Sheridan and Luis together?
Mackenzie, the truth.
The truth.
Sheridan Crane Fitz says, Mackenzie, who is the most quiet person on the set?
Mackenzie says, I think Juliet is kind of quiet. She's very professional, kind of keeps to herself.
Interesting. Maggie guess, which character is most like the actor who portrays them on Passions?
Mackenzie says, Ben. Ben is Julian. Julian is Ben. Galen says, beware.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Well, look, okay. So
no, that answers some questions though.
That does, because every time that we've read interviews with him, we've been like, ooh, maybe he's just playing the character of Julian in the interview by saying the things that he's saying. But it sounds like
that's who he sounds is. Like he's a real creep.
A revelation.
And I stand by my statement.
Galen literally says, beware.
Frack Lover says, Mackenzie, do you feel it's a little weird you tried out to be Ethan's love interest and ended up playing the part of his aunt?
And Mackenzie says, I never thought about it until you just mentioned it.
Galen's lady lover says, first, I just want to say that Galen, you are so totally talented and not to mention hot. LOL. Mackenzie, you are my total role model. What's it like to kiss a sexy guy like that? Just kidding. You guys are awesome. If you could play the role of anyone else, who would it be?
Mackenzie says, it's very sweet of you to say about the role model. I wouldn't change my character for the world. I love playing Sheridan.
Galen says, first of all, thank you. I think it would be fun to play Timmy or Julian. They're pretty crazy.
Can you imagine Luis as Timmy? I mean, Luis. Can you imagine Galen as Timmy?
No, he's too conspicuous.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine Juliet just carrying him around on her fucking hip? This giant man. A large doll.
Oh my God, hilarious.
Yeah.
All right. Burgundy Girl asks, do any of the cast members play practical jokes?
Galen says, Travis tried to rig a water balloon above the door of my dressing room so that when it opened, it fell on my head. But what he didn't know was that I was in my room at the time. And when he saw me, he got so scared that it popped on his head. I'm doing one right now, but I can't tell what it is.
Oh. Miss Sky guest, Galen, do you ever feel embarrassed of having to take your shirt off for the TV audience?
Galen says, I'm just glad to be on TV. I love him.
I'm just glad to be on TV. He's like, I got it good and I'm grateful for what I got.
Yeah.
All right. Crazy 001. After a hard day at work, what do you guys do to relax and unwind?
Mackenzie says, I love to play with my dog, Misha.
Galen says, I have a dog too. I love playing with my dog, going to the beach.
Mackenzie says, for me, also exercising helps me relax. Galen lover forever. What is the craziest rumor you have ever heard about yourself?
Mackenzie, probably that Galen and I were having an affair. Galen says, I actually heard we were married.
Mackenzie says, I heard that too. Galen says, I also heard I was leaving the show.
LOL. Dancing Queen 52. What's your most embarrassing moment on set?
Galen says, wiener pants. Editor's note, this is Zach. That's a reference to the flesh tone Speedo he had to wear when Sheridan walked in on Luis naked. Wiener pants.
And then Burgundy Girl has another question. What's the weirdest item you've ever received in the mail by a fan?
McKin says, I've never really received anything weird. Everything I've received, they've all been sweet, wonderful gifts. Galen says, I guess panties. Ugh.
Why would you send?
I don't know. Cause like, what do you think is what's the end game there? You think he's gonna be like, oh wow, this is sexy. I'm gonna call this girl up. I don't get it.
I
don't know. But Mojo Lee says, Mackenzie, how do you cry on cue? What motivation do you use? My friend said it was an onion, but I told her it would really cut down on the love scenes. Also, great job you and Galen are doing. Keep up the good work and we will keep watching.
Mackenzie says, first of all, no, it's not an onion. It really comes from within. I just think of sad moments in my life.
And that's the end.
And that's the end. And that's the end of an interview.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Oh,
So there's that chat. We did it.
We did it.
We did it again.
Thank you, Zach.
Kind of long.
It was. But thank you, Zach, for sending us.
Yes. Thank you, Zach. Everybody, please send us stuff to read. No, seriously, send us like your emails and shit. I love reading about, what's going on in y'all's lives.
Yeah.
What's going on with you people?
Yeah.
All right.
And if you can figure out what's going on in the show, you can tell us because we don't know.
Yeah. No, we don't.
We don't know.
I'm really with them, especially specifically with the magic storyline. Like I was in tears today, cracking up about how ridiculous it was that I was like, I don't know. I just don't know. So anyway, that's it. That's the post show.
That's the post show.
That's whatever. Bye, everybody.
Bye.